Myself in an office. It was maybe 12 by 12 office, very small. And I was thinking, man, I got to get out of where I'm at.
Welcome to Business Credit Empowerment, brought to you by Joseph Smith and Ray Fleming, the wise guys in ties. As men of faith, it's their mission to help others achieve their God-given purpose. They're dedicated to helping people like you learn how to solve your financial problems by building and growing your own business. On this show, they'll discuss wealth creation through business credit with a practical application in today's economy. What is business credit? It's credit that's obtained in the business's name. This is credit that's linked to the business's tax identification number and not the business owner's social security number, which means business credit does not require a personal guarantee. Once an initial business credit profile and score is established, a business can use its credit to qualify for lines of credit, credit cards, as well as other financing. You can learn more at their website, wiseguysinties.com. As you listen today, it's our hope that you're entertained, educated, and encouraged. And now, on with today's show.
All right, and welcome back to another Business Credit Empowerment brought to you by the Wise Guys in Ties. Each week we interview small business owners from all over the country who have experienced success with our Business Credit Builder program. They have used business credit to start, build, and grow their business, even in hard economic times. My name is Joseph Smith, and this is my co-host, Ray Fleming.
Hey, everybody.
We're the Wise Guys in Ties. Wise in the ways of teaching you business credit empowerment. Empowerment to help you achieve your God-given purpose. Ray, what do you have to say about that?
Well, Joseph, that's what we all are set out to do. We're set out to provide value to others. We're set out to feel as if we are valuable to other folks. As we talk about your God-given purpose, this reminds me of a scripture I wanted to share with you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. It comes from Jeremiah 29. And in this scripture, that's really after this 70-year struggle that was taking place, and that's similar to a lot of our lives. We go through struggles, we go through hard times. Sometimes we don't know the benefit of going through those hard times, but they really mold us to be a better person. I know myself and many others have found their way into businesses after going through maybe a layoff or a struggle, and how do we actually do that? How do we get the money to start a business?
I remember there was a time I was working for the Home Depot, and
nice.
I got a nice little letter. The top on the letter said reduction in force, and I was riffed.
That's brutal.
It wasn't anything necessarily big. I was married and I had one kid at the time, and my wife had just given birth, so there was no money coming in. So
it's like congratulations, you get to stay at home with your baby now.
Exactly. But everybody's been through those hard times. Some people have been fired or laid off. I mean, hard economic times are definitely a challenge for folks. But
so what are we talking about today, Joseph?
We are talking about business credit empowerment. If life gives you lemons, you start a lemonade stand, put it as a business.
But just make sure you incorporate it the right way.
Right. And who best to help us understand what it's like to go from rags to riches than our guest that we have here today, Mr. CJ Wallace. Let me tell you a little bit about CJ here. CJ, he's currently the CEO of Velocity Consulting. Velocity Consulting is where he specializes in helping business owners and consumers establish excellent financials and business credit scores so that they can leverage those to get access to cash and credit for themselves and their business. He's also the mastermind behind the credit banking system. I don't know, I'm going to take a little bit of I think I am maybe the mastermind behind that, but maybe it was a collective mastermind. But behind the credit banking system, which has saved many of his clients from hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, and people are actually realizing that they can pay off their mortgages in less than 10 years. CJ Wallace, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Welcome, CJ.
I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you very much.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Sunny skies, I'm here with the Wise Guys in Ties.
And that rhymes?
Yes, it does. I'm a poet, didn't even know it.
Awesome.
So, CJ, can I ask you something? Where were you before you found business credit?
I'll tell you what, man. And you guys already know this story, but before I found business credit, I found myself in an office. It was maybe 12 by 12 office, very small. And I was thinking, man, I got to get out of where I'm at. It's hourly, what is it, minimum wage, paying job.
Was
and
that the call center you used to work at?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes, sir. You remember that. And there just had to be something more. There had to be something more. And then it was Popeyes.
Okay,
I
yes.
remember that. And then...
Some good chicken right there.
Yes, yes.
Louisiana style.
Yes, exactly. But that was the point in which I began to be more serious in building a business. You guys came on a little later and taught me about business credit, which I needed to know, and I appreciate you.
So you were facing some struggles.
Oh, man, absolutely.
You didn't even have a business, though, at the time.
No, not at the time.
And was that one of the first things that you learned?
That was one of the first things that I learned.
Why is it important to have a business?
It's important to have a business because, as I've learned, it's the number one tax strategy.
Ooh.
This is how you build your wealth. This is something that I wasn't personally taught in school. You know, how to deal with the finances, how to make sure I'm building business credit correctly. What are the vendors? You know, these things I didn't learn.
So when we first met you and we were working with you, we impressed upon you the importance of starting a business, which you did. But what was that business? I mean, some people, they want to start a business. Talk to our, let our viewers know, what was the business that you started? What was that about?
Right. So the business that I started, Velocity Consulting, at first it was named CJ Wallace LLC. It's basically about the credit banking method, business credit, and real estate investing, showing people how to do that. Watch this, correctly.
Nice.
Right.
Now, now that's what it is today. But when you started, there wasn't business credit and credit banking. It was just real estate investing.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And what's funny about that is when you started real estate investing, you started realizing, wait a minute, I need to know credit banking. Wait a minute, after no credit banking, now I need to know business credit.
Right? That's exactly right, man. Yes, that's exactly the sequence it went in as well. Yeah. Very good.
So what was that like for you? Why real estate?
When I connected with you for the first time, it was actually my barber that suggested that I connect. And we would always, you remember that?
Yeah.
We would always talk about how we wanted to do deals. You know, how we wanted to be the guy that was the interviewee, right? And, I've got, a fix and flip and this, that, and the other. We would always talk about it. We never did it. It wasn't until I connected with you, you showed me the ropes, you actually helped me with my first deal, and it wasn't until then that I actually became what I wanted to be.
Wow.
So I appreciate that.
CJ, that's pretty phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about where you were, and I appreciate it when you said you wanted to achieve it, but you really couldn't do it on your own. It wasn't until you came together with some other like-minded individuals.
Exactly, man.
I mean, I just want to say to our listeners out there that if you can relate, I encourage you to give us a call, 888-524-9273, and schedule a free 30-minute consultation with the Wise Guys in Tithe, where we can show you how business credit empowers you to fulfill your dreams. That's 888-524-9273. Now, CJ, speaking of business credit, tell us really how you found it with us.
Okay, so how I found it, hanging out with people who know about business and who can grow a business is huge. While I continued my journey with you all, okay, that's how I came to, because I had always seen business credit here, business credit there on Google, but didn't really have a person that could guide me through the ins and outs, show me what it's all about so that I could actually teach others as well.
According to the SBA, 90% of business owners don't even know what business credit is
They're in the dark.
or how to find it. Where were you in that stat?
Oh man, I was definitely there. I didn't know business credit existed. Matter of fact, I was the bootstrap guy. Oh, let me save enough money. Let me save thousands. Or I might have been part of the crowd that mortgages their house. You know what I mean?
So investing your own money, your own equity?
Yeah, investing your own money, your own equity. And we know that that is not the suggested way to build wealth. It's always with someone else. You always want to be helping someone else.
So, you started a YouTube channel called the Velocity Channel,
Yes.
right? And you can, we encourage our viewers to check that out. But on there, before you were even into business credit, you've been helping people using a credit banking strategy. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is leverage a key component of that strategy?
You know, it was Archimedes that said, find me a big enough stick and a place to put it, and I can move the world. That's leverage. Leverage is one of the main components to velocity banking.
So explain to our listeners what is meant by leverage in terms of credit banking strategy.
In terms of the credit banking strategy, this is what we mean by leverage. Making sure that you're utilizing your line of credit, which is a banking tool.
Other people's money.
Exactly, exactly. Other people's money to increase your cash flow and decrease your debt. The more cash flow, of course, the more you can pay that debt off faster.
Now, back to Ray's question was like how you found out about business credit. You were working with, and you have a lot of clients that you work with, helping them use this credit banking, velocity banking strategy. But it wasn't until you started looking at if this works on a personal level, right?
Yes.
Will it work on a business level? What was that epiphany that you had there?
You know, when you brought out, and I got to say this first, it may be out of sequence, all right? But when you brought out the B HELOC strategy, do you remember that?
Yeah.
When you brought that out, I got so many questions and eyes were opening everywhere because people had heard of a HELOC.
Absolutely.
You created a T-shirt of it. I've seen it. I've seen you wear it. I thought you might wear it here today.
Because it's so mind-blowing, man. You know what I mean?
You're the only person I know who puts their business model on a T-shirt.
Absolutely, man. But, in answer to your question, we started out with that, right? And then look at where it's grown. You took it to the business side, to where you were even researching on how you could structure this in order to form a B HELOC. And that was very, very life-changing. If you don't know what the B HELOC is, you're gonna get with Joseph and Ray.
Well, it's the culmination of mixing the credit banking strategy that you are famous for, right?
Yes.
With our business credit strategy.
Yes. Yes.
So CJ, what have you been able to do since establishing and growing business credit? What have you been able to do since?
I like what Bob says. He says, our business model and our gauging of success is not going to be the leaders. It's going to be our students. It's going to be our clients. It's going to be our customers. What success are they having? When you come across clients that have gained 100,000 in business credit, when you come across clients that have gained 10,000 in 1 month in business credit, effortlessly, you then realize that this is bigger than you. This is bigger, and you're just glad and thankful that you're a part of increasing their bottom line. And that's what we experienced. Clients are getting $100,000. Some are getting the $50,000 in less than 11 months. And even others are the 10,000 like we stated.
Now, for you, I mean, you got started with our program. You bought the base program with the upfront fee for $2,497.
You sure did.
And so tell us how quickly business credit grows.
Oh my goodness. And you know what? I think that this needs to be said as well. How quick business credit can grow without your personal credit.
Guarantee?
Yeah, without that. Like at all. Can you get $3,000 in less than 3 weeks with a below average credit score, personal credit score? Can you? No? You can in business credit.
Absolutely.
How can you say that, CJ? Because I did. my clients have.
So you signed up for the program, and in less than 3 weeks, you already had more credit than you had invested into the program.
It was lightning fast, man. I wasn't used to that. I was only taught personal credit.
Right.
But then you guys came along and was like, hey, man, business credit. I even went to San Diego with you. I was so excited, man. You know that?
Yeah, I remember.
It's amazing, man, what can be done.
As I'm thinking about that and all of your clients, because you have a lot of clients with your velocity consulting.
Yes.
I'm really impressed with how not only they but you now utilize all of this for all your current lending. Like, weren't you looking at doing a 12-plex here recently?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we are. and we'll be talking to you some more in the future.
For the commercial, non-recourse commercial collateral loans.
Yes, yes, exactly. You actually opened my eyes to, hey, we do more loans than what you think. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And that's when you were talking about the commercial non-recourse loans. I didn't know that.
Right. A lot of people think that all we do is build business credit, but
My goodness, man.
That's just getting your foot in the door.
Yeah.
We want to be your financial team all the way through, to you. Basically, we want to be your modern day Moses and help lead you to the promised land.
Yes, man.
And that's
Absolutely.
my Aaron over there. So I'm Moses, the most humble, and that's Aaron.
Yes. But I'm so glad that I connected with you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, CJ, I am just absolutely, completely inspired, though.
Yeah.
When you talked about just how you were able to replace, the liquidity there. You invested into your business and your knowledge, and then quickly was able to turn around and convert that into business credit, and then of course it's just growing, and now you're expanding, looking at apartments. I mean, that's just amazing. And a few years ago, you were just not sure what you were going to do working at Popeyes.
That's right, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just want to say to our listeners out there that if you are looking for a way to pursue your dreams and become somebody that people want to interview on their TV shows, that I encourage you to give us a call, 888-524 9273, and schedule a free 30-minute consultation with the Wise Guys in Ties, where we can show you how business credit empowers you to fulfill those dreams. And maybe it's not, on YouTube or something like that. Maybe it's just relieving that weight off of your shoulders. Once again, that's 888-524-9273. Joseph, do you have any last thoughts before we sign off?
I agree with you. I am inspired by Mr. CJ Wallace. I mean, 6 years you served in the Air Force. I don't know if we brought that up in your bio, but I really appreciate that service. But I do remember, you at Popeyes, and I brought my family, and you were there, and you were really kind, and you talking with the boys and stuff. But to see how you completely turned your life around, and I have to say that I think it's because you've really embraced never stop learning. I mean, what would you comment on that, and comment about your experience with Wise Guys and Ties to our audience?
You said it right. Never stop learning. The minute you stop learning, you start decreasing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because you think that that's it. I have no other need of anything else. If I would have stopped, I would have still been bootstrapping my business, right? If I would have stopped, there wouldn't have been over 17,000 subscribers. There wouldn't have been almost 500,000 views on YouTube. There wouldn't have been
a Velocity Consulting.
Velocity Consulting if I would have stopped. But because I didn't stop, because you guys didn't stop dealing and helping my business and other clients, that's why even today you've experienced a victory. You know what I mean? And so as far as Wise Guys in Ties is concerned, I trust that you guys will continue to assist in building the business credit, and that I will continue to be educated right along with you all in the manners of business credit.
Well, what would you say to that person that's listening today to you about, they're on the fence. They're thinking, man, I might be in some hard economic times, or maybe they're actually doing well. I mean, you never know at what point someone's listening, where they're at in their cycle. But there are people that think, I always wanted to start a business. I could, or they've been looking at business credit for a while. They've been checking it out, and they've listened to a lot of our podcasts. They've watched a lot of videos. But, they're just like, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it, but they're on the fence. What would you say to that person today?
I would say, do it anyway. There's a lot of thoughts that come across our mind.
But CJ, it's $2,497.
Yeah.
What would you say? Do it anyway?
That's right. Do it anyway. Put it on your line of credit. Utilize your savings account, or should I say your black hole account, right? There's losing money anyway. Use this and invest in yourself.
I couldn't have said that any better. You know, CJ, I'd really like to thank you for being a guest here today with Business Credit Empowerment. Thank you so much for coming out here.
Hey, thank
Yes.
you
Hopefully
for
you'll
having
come
me.
back.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely, man. I definitely plan on coming back. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, hey, to all of our listeners, we've given you certainly a lot to think about. And, you know, I like what CJ said. You know, he said, just do it anyway. I mean, how many times have we been sitting there? We know we need to do this. We know this is a benefit to us, but we get stuck in paralysis of analysis. You know, sometimes what we need is just to take action. So I agree with CJ Wallace. Do it anyway. And give us a call. Give us a call today, and so that we can help you get this done, right? Give us a call, 888-524-9273. That's 888-524-9273. On behalf of myself and Ray Fleming,
Thank you, everybody.
I want to say good night and God bless.
Whatever your economic situation is, we know Business Credit can help you create your own economy, an economy that you control. We encourage you to stop letting the circumstances of life control you and take back control of your life. Visit us at wiseguysandties.com. That's WISEGUYSINTIES.com. To create the financial future you've always wanted, contact us today at 888-524-9273. That's 888-524-9273. And remember, the best way to predict your future is to create it.